So here's another one about a young guy got married 4 years ago, and when his wife turned 30 years old, requested a, wait for it, open marriage. That she can go out and do what she wants, and he can go do what he wants, blah, blah, blah. And of course, like a bonehead, he goes along with this, no doubt out of fear he'd lose her, that type of thing. But guess what? Our guy here eventually starts seeing some gals. Some gals actually like him, to her surprise. Meets a gal he really likes, clicks with, younger, prettier. And guess what? She wants to close the open marriage. But this guy's like, nope. I don't have any more feelings for you, and I want a divorce. And begging and pleading and blaming him for ruining the marriage comes. And again, showing it does not work. Don't ever agree to this, guys. Save yourself a lot of drama and trouble. But of course, it's always the guy's fault for going along with this nonsense. Title: Am I the a-hole for finding someone else when the wife opened up our relationship? And a shout out to Ash for sending me this quick story. He says, I, a 29-year-old male, and my wife, a 30-year-old female, have been together for 7 years and married for 4. Smack! You got married 25. Why? Why? And you were together 3 years before that, so you probably dated for 2, then got engaged for a year before that, so you nuts? You just gave her a lot of certainty that she could pull this type of crap. Last year, she came up with an idea of an open relationship to try out new things. I said, it's not something comfortable for me. That's all you said? I'd be saying a lot more, and that would involve the F word and the B word and the WHORE word, and would like to stay monogamous. It felt weird because it came out of nowhere. Well, it was very well planned. We were doing good and planning to build a family together. After my reply, she insisted a lot. In the end, I decided to give it a try. Smack! As if she already had little respect for you, she has even less respect for you because you're going against what you want. Who goes against what they want? Weak-ass men, pushovers, manginas. You get the point. Chad and Tyrone wouldn't tolerate this, although Chad and Tyrone wouldn't get married. Here are the boundaries she set. Why didn't you set any boundaries? Like, how about we're getting divorced, a-hole? Her boundary number 1 is you should always prioritize the spouse instead of the other partner. Coming from the girl who wants to have an open marriage. Really? 2, always use protection. 3, do not bring the partner to the shared house. And 4, do not form overly emotional connections. It's always the same thing. The gals can easily hook up with multiple guys and not form a connection or bond. But the guy does because the guy wants to be monogamous. Which goes to show you, and I'm convinced of this, it's not just about the sexual act for her. It is about the attention and validation of guys wanting her now that she's 30, letting her think she still has it. The fact that she could probably compare notes and guys with her friends who probably do the same thing, right? About the butterflies and the excitement of the chase. That's, I think, what it was really about. And by the way, she knew he'd go along with it. I told her, I'm not sure if I can do these things. I am an emotional person, though I love the physical part too. She says, okay, I'll be able to do it, and it's hard for men to form emotional relationships in such cases anyway. She found a partner quickly and easily. There's an effing surprise. I guarantee you she already had somebody in mind or somebody else she was effing before asking you, or demanding of this. My wife was my first relationship partner, so I was not confident in myself. There you go. She knows this guy isn't exactly, a stud or James Bond or anything like that. So it ain't going to be easy for him to find gals compared to her. And he was her first. I did not have a great chances when I was in my 20s. Eventually, after clearing out most of my work, I decided to try finding a partner in my spare time. Surprisingly, I was flocked with interest from younger or around my age women. I knew maturing and aging did a great job for me, but not to this extent. I started talking to multiple women, but decided to go ahead with one of them. Hey, how about that? Guess what? Looks like the guy, he's gotten older, gotten his shit together, except for this bullshit he's allowing. And younger gals are into him. How about that? Wifey didn't expect that one. When I shared this info with my wife, she seemed surprised, but congratulated me. She said she's shocked how beautiful this woman is, and I was able to get her. What a bitch. Talk about an insult. Shocked that her husband here, got this beautiful gal here. What an insult to him. Well, he'll be having the last laugh in 3 minutes. It has now been 10 months since finding a partner, but the more I got to know her and spend time with her, we formed an emotional connection together. How about that? This woman is aware of my situation and respects my boundaries. I realize I lost emotional and physical connection with my wife over time. I know one of the boundaries were about emotional connections and prioritizing the spouse, but I told her I was not sure if I could comply with some of these. I had a difficult talk with my wife last week about my situation. She immediately offered closing the relationship and going to couples counseling, but I'm not interested, to be honest. Interesting that she's now interested in saving the marriage and couples counseling when she realizes that her perfect situation, and it is perfect for her, is in jeopardy. Think about it. She has the husband, can put on the show for the public, being Mrs. Somebody, but meanwhile is a freaking, let's be honest, a WHORE, and gets to be that with lots of guys with her choosing. And meanwhile, her husband pays the bills and all that. That was her perfect situation. This dumbass went for it. But guess what? He's shaped up. She feels no different than a friend for me, and I'm afraid I built resentment for her due to the open relationship situation. Gee, who couldn't have seen that one coming? Of course she built up resentment. She wanted to go F other dudes. You weren't good enough for her. That's terrible. No guy deserves that. But at the end of the day, you don't get what you deserve in life, guys. You get pretty much what you allow in your life. I told her it would just extend the misery for me, and I would like to have a divorce. Awesome. She flipped and cried, saying, I'm throwing everything away just for a fling. Am I the a-hole? No. The only way you're the a-hole is you went along with this ridiculous idea to begin with. But you were obviously insecure, very unsure of yourself, didn't think you're worth a lot, probably terrified of being alone. Anything we could probably come up with, I'm sure I'm right about something. And that's why I went along with it. No man of any value or self-worth would ever, in a million fucking years, go along with this type of thing. And she knows it. Believe me, she respected you. She wouldn't do that. No woman would want to go along with that, wouldn't want any other guy if they were truly in love with their husband. But anyhow, bro, it's over. But you're not the a-hole for ending it and finding someone else. This was her idea, of course. And it's over. And if she labels you as the bad guy, or her friends or family, whatever it does, then the hell with them. Move on with the divorce. But I would make sure you tell your family immediately, and all friends that you think have your side, the true story, or even her family. Because she's going to paint the picture that you're the villain here and make yourself look all innocent. Guaranteed. Find a lawyer, and find out your options. Get a female lawyer, preferably. A woman, she can be a shark. And to get you the best possible deal you can get and move on. You're 29 years old. You got your whole life ahead of you, just getting started. But I wouldn't get so deeply serious with this chick right now. I would take your time with this one because you don't want to get out of one marriage, if you call it that, serious relationship, and to get rushed into another one and you make the same mistakes. Take your time and you're going to be okay. But guys, again, this never ever works out.